Welcome to Vinten's Brewed Thoughts. My name is Vinten. You can call me Vinny or Vince. This channel is a new channel for me that I want to dedicate to doing about video game reviews, gaming news in the media right now, what's happening, providing just my insights and thoughts on the matters, and also just drinking coffee here when we can. So, today's video I want to discuss about Donkey Kong Bananza 2, the new game that dropped for the Switch 2 just last week, and to provide my thoughts and opinions on this game. So, I have to say, I enjoyed this game. Pretty much that was it. I went in with low expectations for the next big entry for Donkey Kong. I just had a feeling like, you know what, it's Donkey Kong. We know the IP. We know that it's a good franchise. There's always awesome music. It'll be a simple, fun game. I think that actually went higher than the simple, fun game. The game provided so much to do in this game than expected, and I think that was a nice surprise. Saw the trailers, remember seeing the last trailer where they introduced the Bananza abilities and what the Rock really was. That was a partner with DK, which turned out to be Pauline. And after that, I was like, you know what, this actually seems like a really fun game. Turns out, yeah, I believe this was actually a really fun game. I enjoyed myself. I had so much fun just going deep into the levels with the destructibility, just being able to just have the freedom to I'm just going in, I'm punching my way through, I don't care. I will find stuff. And that's where the fun aspects of the game. I didn't feel like it was so much of a grind trying to find things. It was just you punch through the concrete walls, or you pick up a rock and you start bashing your way through. You'll come across chests that you pick up, and these chests contain either gold or treasure maps, and the treasure maps usually indicate to you where a fossil is, which is another collectible item. It's cool. So, and you can also buy specific upgrades for Donkey Kong, which we'll get into. But I just felt that when I went through this game, it was fun. It was a nice flow and pace. You always have to just when you start every new sub-level, get the feel of it, have a look around, and you go from there. So, what I'll do is I'll pop up some gameplay. We'll jump into this right now. Give me a sec. Let's pull this. So we're currently just in the menu for the abilities. We'll get to that second. Alright, so currently right now, because this game is finished, I'm just in the tropical sub-layer of the game. And we're just kind of chilling out. It's the one thing I like about it, you have your jumps, nice rolls and stuff. You can pat the ground, you can just pick up foreign objects and just pick them. The ability to just slam your way through for anything, grab, and just keep bashing through, I think this was hella fun. DK being able to traverse through, and as you traverse through, you might come across a chest, and those chests either contain the gold or the treasure maps that you need for this. So, slam in the ground, pick up all those gold, it's great. So let's get into the sort of just the run through of things. So you have your basic abilities, Donkey Kong, and then you've got your the special Bananza abilities, and these are key integral aspects that you need to work with when it comes with to certain aspects in the game. You will be required to utilize them that will help you to navigate, and depending certain aspects of the game require you to use only the Bananza ability because you needed to play the little mini game. So we'll talk about DK's abilities. So pardon me, I'm kind of just slightly in the way here. I'll just do this. Boom. So you have all these abilities that are available to you in the tree. And in order to unlock an ability, you need to collect 5 bananas. I loved when I kept hearing that. And you would slowly upgrade DK's abilities. As you can see, I chose to max out HP because, more HP the better. I'm not the greatest, but I definitely died, but I had fun with this. One thing I definitely focused on a lot of was getting the punch power up. Spend my banana points, get this leveled up. Makes punching through the terrain much easier, especially when you get to the lower levels. Better collecting. I didn't actually fully upgrade this, but you know, I think this was a good enough level for me. Like being able to slam the ground when you see a lot of items that you can pick up, just being able to simply just tap the ground and then everything just pops up. You're just like, oh, sweet. I think I was doing it before. If I just bash through here a little bit and just smash on through the ground here for a bit, try not to collect everything in my way, but like, you know, being able to just punch your way through. You don't even know where you're going. You're just punching your ass through. Oh, look, a chest. And oh, look, there's a banana that I actually never collected. Let me just do this. And as you can see, like, there are gold stuff lying around. Simply tapping the ground, you know, it adds it in, makes it easy to pick up. And I guess for the sake of this video, as well, I didn't think I would get it, but Donkey Kong's goofy face is just letting you know, like, oh, look, he's happy. We better get this banana, so... Banana. And yeah, there's a chest here as well. That contained a balloon. Okay, so, and yeah, it actually contains a balloon or some of the other items around. So, the aspects of this game are hella fun, being able to do stuff like this. So, the abilities that Donkey Kong has, back to what I was trying to say. So, you have the apple juice. This is sort of like an extra full life return. If your life completely drops to 0, you can simply have one lying around, and this will, when you complete your life to 0, it will fill it back up. The melon juice, which I've never really had to worry about as much, but it came in handy, which was all about when you're in your Bananza form, and if you don't have enough gold or energy specifically for it to be used again, because it's completely dry, a melon juice lets you instantly recharge it up fully, go again. Banana energy probably was the other main one. That was like, yeah, I didn't even fully upgrade that. Like, I didn't need to. I got it to a point where I was like, yeah, and this is good. I can work with what I need to, and we'll get through there. Now, there are all these core aspects of abilities that you unlock for Donkey Kong. These were sort of like, I pointed out specific main ones, and then you have your Bananzian abilities. When you transform into, I think it's DK Bananza, and then you have Zebra Bananza, you have Ostrich Bananza, you have Elephant Bananza, and you have the Snake Bananza. All these abilities are very cool. They're unique in their own way of what specialty that they supply you in, and they come in handy when you need them to. Following this, we'll move here. So from that, you are able to play through this game, and you need to traverse your way down to the core of the game, as it is. We're working our way down to the core to reach a special bananium, the bananium core, as it is, to make the wish for Donkey Kong and Pauline. That's the whole point, and that's what your goal is. Now, we'll move into another aspect of the game with your collectibles, which is when you start collecting. So, one other aspect as well that I actually kind of really liked about this was the map of the game. So the map is very cool. It does a nice little zoom out section. You get a full scope of the map areas that are around here. I definitely know for a fact that if I look at the collection level, I did not collect enough bananas to merit this, but there's plenty of bananas in here that I don't even know. I haven't even bothered to check out. But there's plenty of bananas. Plenty to collect, plenty to check out, really sort of dive in. You really go for those hardcore 100% completions. But you get like a nice zoom out view of the map, which I actually really like the style of map. Like this is it really gives you sort of a feel of where things are, and you can sort of position. Nice quick traveling to areas. So like if you want to quick travel, you encounter these special creatures called the eels. They'll happily just pop you through to location, just like that. And pop you back, and this lets you do the quick travels around the stage, saving you some time. And then there's a special eel which we'll get to, which is actually over here actually. So this is also the mama eel. All you do is have to smack the gong, you summon her, and she will specifically take you to, depending which sub layers. And you traverse all the way down till you get to the Bananium, to the planet core, and down here. So she can take you pretty much anywhere you need to go. As part of this finishing up, there's a whole new finishing game. There's a whole bunch of new quests to do that you need to redo again, which require a lot of collections and some new levels to go through. So I haven't gotten to that stuff yet. I'm just like, I left it there. I was happy to just sort of like, we'll come back to it eventually. So We'll focus into the next aspects of this game, which will be the collections. Okay. Occasionally, you will find like this little crystodome, or these little people here, that you encounter, and there's a special one that has like a house on its head. You pay money up to a certain amount of times, depending how many you find in one level, and they'll just present you with a house where bed you sleep on. Okay. And when you sleep on the bed, it does recover full HP. If you've bought a few separate different houses, you actually get a bonus to your life, which is an extra plating. So, I mean, I'm sitting on like 7 life, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. I'm sitting on like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hearts. And if I go sleeping, depending on one of the levels that I've found, I think I pay like 800 gold, and they give you plus 4 extra hearts. You get 4 extra defense. So yeah, it's cool. With all your collections, especially with the fossils, what you do is you come over here to a shopkeeper of any kind that one of us, and you go through and you find your outfits that you want to buy. Each of the outfits actually provide certain stat buffs or changes. So like, I could upgrade the treasure tie that I have. I haven't bothered to really, but it increases my chance of a treasure chest appearing. So when I was smashing the ground previously, treasure chest appeared. By wearing the treasure tie, that is going to help accelerate those chests to appear, which comes in handy. Pauline can wear this lagoon vest, which expands your sonar range during a Bananza by 60%. So during Bananza, if you were to trigger this ability, which is slamming the ground, but this is basically, it's a collection. You slam the ground to collect stuff, but you also do it to find things you can't, or you haven't encountered yet. So as long as you do this, and if stuff is available to pick up like fossils or bananas, it'll sort of blink in an area available for you. So that's the whole point of that. And so in Bananza form, she increases the range of this. So Pauline's outfits, we'll get to that in a second. So let's jump into the main aspect. One of the fun things I liked about, which was getting your drip on when playing Donkey Kong Bananza. So we start figuring out, like, you know, what you want to do with the costumes and all that. So currently you can see that DK and Pauline are currently wearing hats. DK does not have access to this hat throughout the entire game. It's only an end game that he gets his mining helmet back. But like, you can change your ties. I currently have equipped the bow tie, which is currently restoring banana energy as I defeat enemies. So as long as I keep beating enemies, I'll get banana energy, and that it can rinse and repeat. So the more enemies I keep killing, keep going like that. Then we've got stuff like your pants, which, you know, they can provide certain buffs. The one I'm wearing, oh no, wait, sorry. This is the color scheme. So this is your color swaps. You can go natural with your DK, or you can go through a whole bunch of color differences. I kind of dig some of these, to be truthfully honest. Like, there's some nice colors. I went for the monochrome split. This is your breeches. So what Donkey Kong's wearing. Currently what I have on me right now reduces enemies damage by 20%. Don't know if that can be upgraded more, but I had that. And then you've got stuff like, let's see, increase your swim speed by 10%. So like, you know, certain outfits provide unique little buffs here and there, depending which ones you want to work with. And generally what you do, depending what you're wearing, you know, you try to match your outfits with, you just choose the best outfits. I generally was favoring what I was wearing. Pauline had to somewhat match it, or I had to match what Pauline's was wearing. So she has really cute and adorable outfits for herself. I think one of my favorites outfits was like the cowboy outfit, which honestly has a good effect, which is extend your Kong Bananza time by 40%. So I honestly thought like that was actually a pretty cool outfit. And depending, like, she has 3 different color variations of the same outfit. So Pauline's got some really good aspects. This one right now that is equipped is just basically doubling the amount of gold earned while collecting golden items. So currently right now we're just sitting in this outfit as it is. But yeah, and that's and basically what I did was I would just kind of get the costumes where I would like it and just get that drip going. And then yeah, leave it at that. And I say that looks good. So now moving through into, I guess now we can at this point now we can definitely talk about like the story aspects of this game. I definitely say this was actually a pretty fun story. So Donkey Kong Company and Donkey Kong and crew, they're all on Ignot Isle. They're just mining for gold and bananas specifically for Donkey Kong. When the evil Kongs, Void Company and crew, that is Grumpy, Poppy, and Void, they're looking to dig their way down to the core because they know that it's there. They know there's a special thing they can do to get a wish. So their goal is that, and you encounter them, you need to fight them, and thus that sets your journey. In the middle of that process, whilst everyone's sort of falling down into the first sub-layer, Pauline, as the rock, falls. Don't know where she fell from, but she's fallen, she's hit the ground, you go meet her, you pick up the rock with DK, it joins you on the journey, and it isn't until you meet the first elder of the elders, there's 5 of the elders, that she's able to break free from the prison, and she provides her assistance from that point going forward. And Pauline's assistance in the game is, she's got something special. Void keeps saying that you have a special gift, and Pauline has no idea what this is, to be truthfully honest. I think she kind of figures it out that it's to do with her ability of like her singing voice, because she loves to sing. So as you progress through, Void has set up like obstacles in your way. There are traps, there are lots of enemies to deal with. These obstacles require Pauline to sing, because she breaks the spell, allowing you to bash through. And generally when you do that, and also like there are secret little, not secrets, but like specific little puzzle challenges to enter that you can earn about up to 3 bananas. These ones you need to use Pauline to access them, and those ones at times will need the special Bananian form to enter, which is cool. And so you just do these, you collect your bananas, you move on. And Pauline's voice singing is also able to break certain aspects to make your way further down into the sub-levels. So as you go further down through the sub-levels, you encounter really cool locations, like there's a snow level, there's a forest level, there's a beach level I was at, there's like a raceway level. A lot of Donkey Kong characters do make their appearances. Cranky Kong is in this game, and he sort of has like a moment. If you talk to him, he appears in every single sub-level. You find him, you speak to him, he will go on a rant, and you're rewarded with a banana. So you might as well sit through that rant, because you'll get a free banana out of that. So that's always fun. As you go down further, you get closer to the end goal. You encounter multiple boss fights. Grumpy Kong throws a unique array of bosses. And generally, depending on the boss fights, you do need to like change to a specific Bananzian form, so that you can actually target a weakness. And then you can follow up by just beating the crap out of the boss. So one thing I definitely liked about the boss fights was simply that you needed to, they had a life bar. It wasn't a simple matter of jump on, hit them on the head, move away. It was find them, beat them to a point, and then just start wailing into them as Donkey Kong. So that was fun, and I really liked that. It provide a little more insight, like, yeah, I can beat him down now, depending if the enemy resets. All right, cool. Break them down, go in, punch him down to death. Punch him down. That's always fun. The fights between Grumpy and Poppy are interesting. I kind of liked Poppy a little more, just because she uses her smarts to outwit you in the fights. It's fun. And then when fighting Void is just what's the best way of explaining it? Spam the crap against you. He just throws everything he can at you, and you just need to dodge your way to get to him. Ain't hard fights, but he just throws a lot of stuff at you. Once you get to its sublayer 1500, and you're there, you see what you supposedly think is the Bananium core. Alright, you see something moving, it's breathing, you're like, okay, and then you have your final fight with Void. You're like, final time. And then once you do that, and he sort of makes it clear that Pauline needs to sing. She needs to sing to release the Bananium core. And he does his own little tricks, and she does this, and she needs to do this at the same time to help DK out. By doing so, and she frees what is supposed to be the Bananium core, Void rushes in, ready to sort of go in to make his wish. And then he just gets slapped out of existence into his ship that he had down there, And who slapped him in the face? It was none other than King K. Rool. King K. Rool makes his delightful return in an awesome way. Because he was down here all this time. Who knows how long. Because he apparently, from my understanding, he already knew that the Bananarific core was there. Like, he knew about it and he was trying to get to it to make a wish. But somehow he got trapped. I don't know personally, but that's what happened. And we freed him. So he ends up going down and it's just like, alright, we gotta go chase after King K. Rool. So we go down. You go down into the final layer. You start encountering most of the enemies from Donkey Kong Country. You encounter the Kremlings, you encounter the Neckies, you see the Claptraps, the Sand Armadillo creatures. I keep forgetting their name. But each of the enemies you encounter down there, you've actually been finding them all this time in the upper levels as fossilized versions. Because the Kremlins are inside the giant rocks. Once you actually beat the rock down, you actually see it's a Kremlin. If you actually go back up and have to look at the fossilized version, it pretty much resembles a Kremlin. Didn't realize that, which I think was a cool feature. You've been fighting these enemies all this time. And so they're all down here, they're not fossilized, they're just visually there. And they all make their great voice sounds that you know from Donkey Kong Country. So, once you make your way through all that, you get all the way to the Bananarific core, you're ready, you see K. Rool, you have the glorious return fight. So you fight K. Rool. That's a no-brainer fight-ish. I think, when I went through it, I may have made one mistake. I didn't understand a certain aspect, but I understood how to do something else. You beat K. Rool, great. Everyone's happy, we cheer, all the other creatures that are down there like, hey, you did it, well done. And DK and Pauline make their wish. They'll wish for bananas and to get to the surface. The Bananarific core starts making a path and then just takes them along a journey they're currently on a platform right now that's like full of bananas and gold. As you keep going through, all of a sudden, like, the game starts showing off like a credits list, the credits, and if you are privy to Donkey Kong Country, you are aware that there is a fake credit scene when you beat K. Rool the first time. And to my surprise, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's a fake credits, because it starts rolling. They're all in gold. It's all gold, and every name is starting with a K, just like it was in Country. And then as the camera sort of like slightly fades away and moves close to K. Rool, you get the end, and then you get the question mark. And then boom, K. Rool just fires up. And he's just pissed, and he just comes charging at you, and you have that and then we do the rematch. At the same time, Gangplank Galleon, the theme song you fight K. Rool, just kicks in, and you get a nice, awesome remix. I was having so much fun with that. As you battle him, it's on a timer-based fight, because it's just a simple matter of getting to the surface. Once we get to the surface, we're actually not going in the same direction. We actually went in an opposite direction. And once we pop out, boom, you hit New Donk City. It's there, we're there, there's people, and it's like, oh, it's here. So once you're there, K. Rool's sitting on top of like the main big building where the government offices and all that. He triggers the Bananarific core, he makes a secondary wish, and then he just pretty much kills all the civilians that are in New Donk City, just turns it into a fiery hell. Lava's rising with gold, like you now have, like, you're on a timer, there's an invisible timer, I'm pretty sure, like the level slowly starts rising with lava, you need to run, just pass through, get through all the enemies again, get your way to the final fight. You encounter King K. Rool one more time. He's set up a flashback to DK64. He's set up a brand new boxing ring, which I believe was an octagon ring. You see monitors placed around there. They're showing all the Kremlins like watching and cheering. And then K. Rool for the final show, he also starts banging his belly like DK in his own way, but he also now is able to transform himself. and you fight the King of Rots, King K. Rool. I gotta admit, that was a really cool transformation for him. Like, it's different and unique. And then you have the final fight with him. That fight took a little bit of figuring a couple things out. Like, it was I had fun with it. But, you know, once you do that, boom, that's the end of the game. You're good. It's heartfelt and sweet. But it was, honestly, I think, once you get to the game and getting to that end point, man, it just sort of like, it just took it up a notch, and I just loved it for that. It was nice throwbacks to Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong 64 in that aspect. So I'm looking forward to them doing more with the Donkey Kong franchise going forward. Like, this was a really, really good step in the direction for Donkey Kong. It was great. Love the destructibility. Love the open 3D platformer as it was. I think they've definitely nailed something right here with Donkey Kong. I could see some future aspect with them with taking Donkey Kong and Mario together. Seeing as how it was the same crew that made the Odyssey, made this game, I could see them maybe doing like this odd duo pair matchup of Mario and DK against Bowser and maybe King K. Rool. It's a wild shot there, but it would be cool nonetheless, just based on the story aspect of when you beat K. Rool, he kind of flies off into the stratosphere, but I'm pretty sure he's still in the human area. He hasn't gone back to where the Kongs are. He's actually stuck up there. So I think he's there. That's my opinion, at least. I don't think he's gone back to where DK's company is. He's actually stuck with Mario's crew. So that's why I feel like they could do this. So I wouldn't expect anything maybe with the next main Mario mainline game. I'm not expecting that, but I would assume they would probably do something with that Mario game to help set something else up, and then you go from there. But who knows? I'm no developer, but you know, based on what happens with the story events, that's how I saw things. But anyway, so that's my review for Donkey Kong Bananza. I'd say, hey, if you got the Switch 2 and you don't know if you want to get it, I'd say, look, this is probably a worthwhile playthrough. You'll have a lot of fun. It's just a great time, just smashing your way through the levels, all the collections, utilizing the abilities. Movement feels so good. You'll have a great time. If you haven't got a Switch 2 yet, I'd then just, be patient. I wouldn't say, I'd say just don't rush into things. Take your time, just chill. But yeah, if you've got it and you're not sure, I'd definitely say this is a worthwhile pickup. Hella fun to play. But anyway, that's my review for Donkey Kong Bananza. I enjoyed this game so much. I appreciate it if you're watching. Leave a comment below. Tell me how you thought, how you felt about this game. Surprised me. It was a good experience. So I'm looking forward to what else is going to come forward. But anyway, thank you again for watching. Take care and enjoy your day.